Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Heat notes: Butler, Young Core, Adebayo, Rozier, Richardson. Despite the fact that Heat star Jimmy Butler made it clear he reportedly no longer wants to play for the franchise, he may suit up for Miami on Friday, per Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald. Butler is eligible to return against Denver from his team-issued suspension and was not listed on Thursday's injury report. The six-time All-Star was expected to meet with Arison and CEO Nick Arison on Thursday afternoon to discuss a path forward. As has been reported, there has been little progress on a potential trade. The Heat would prefer to get a trade done sooner rather than later, but will only accept a deal that will help the team both now and moving forward. We have more from the Heat. The Heat went 3-4 during Butler's suspension, including 3 consecutive wins against the Warriors, Jazz and Trail Blazers. The most promising aspect of the trip, The Athletic's James Jackson writes, is the fact that all of Jamie Jaquez Jr., Kel'el Ware and Nikola Jovic showed flashes. Ware's continuing to play a larger role as the season goes on. Teammate Tyler Herro expressed optimism about what he saw from those players during the stretch. Ups and downs with a young player are normal, Herro said. I went through it myself. I think that's the hardest thing, just finding consistency night in and night out. That's a challenge for any young player. I think getting the reps every night is ultimately what young guys need, to be able to continue to get better and go through ups and downs, play through mistakes. But they're all playing very well. You can see how good they can be, and I'm really excited for them. Ware and Jovic have looked particularly good coming off the bench for Miami, often assisting on each other's makes, Chang observes in a separate piece. On the other hand, Bam Adebayo and Terry Rozier continued to be off the mark offensively, with Adebayo shooting a career low from the field and Rozier shooting his lowest since the 2018-19 season. Despite being active earlier this month and looking like he was on track to return soon, Josh Richardson went home from the team's West Coast road trip early for an MRI on his heel. Richardson was ruled out due to his heel, according to the team Twitter link. It's unknown at this time when Richardson will be able to return or what the results of the MRI were. Heat predicted to gamble on struggling All-Star in blockbuster trade involving Jimmy Butler. Disgruntled Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler is set to return from his 7-game suspension Friday night against the Denver Nuggets. Even with Butler expected to return to the lineup, the Heat's front office will continue to explore trades for the 6-time All-Star. To avoid dealing with drama for the remainder of the season, Miami team president Pat Riley needs to find a win-now return package he's satisfied with. The problem is such an offer is yet to surface. Heat get forward DeMar DeRozan, guard Tim Hardaway Jr., 2028 first-round pick, top 4 protected, via SAC. Pistons get guard Kevin Huerter, forward Trey Lyles, 2029 first-round pick swap option, via SAC. If Riley's top priority is adding a player ready to compete for a championship, DeRozan checks that box. He is a 35-year-old, 6-time All-Star with years of experience going head-to-head with LeBron James in the postseason. He is averaging 21.1 points and 3.9 assists on 47.9% shooting in 35 appearances this season with the Kings. The problem is Sacramento had championship or bust expectations entering the year, but instead, they are the number 9 seed in the Western Conference with a 20-20 record. Butler is built for the playoffs and, quite honestly, never looks happy to be on the court during the regular season. If the Kings remain laser-focused on competing with De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis leading the charge, swapping DeRozan for Butler could work in their favor. Heat notes: Jimmy Butler trade saga continues, Pat Riley has offers on the table. The Miami Heat season is becoming more chaotic with the Jimmy Butler trade request dragging on. The Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler are going to go their separate ways soon, as the player has made it clear he has no interest in playing for the Heat again. his relationship with Heat president Pat Riley has broken down, as he serves a 7-game suspension while the Heat look for possible trade partners to offload Butler. The Heat are 20-18 this season, keeping their heads afloat without Butler on the court. It seems moving off Jimmy is the best way to maintain harmony in the squad, as Butler's presence has reportedly been hurting the team, which is why he was suspended. He's averaging 17.6 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 4.7 assists in a down year and is making $48.7 million this season with a $52.4 million player option on his contract this summer. Let's take a look at everything that's happening in this trade saga and potential destinations that could lead to an end. The breakdown of the relationship between Butler and the Heat might seem sudden but has been a long time coming. The foundation of this has been Butler's dissatisfaction with the team not offering him a max contract extension while also not working to improve the roster around him. He believes he deserves the money due to the 2 finals runs he's led them on and because those runs proved he deserved a star running mate, which the Heat failed to acquire. The Heat's reasons for not committing to Butler seem to stem from Butler's shoddy availability over recent seasons. This was outlined in Pat Riley's 10-page letter to the NBPA justifying Butler's suspension for a myriad of reasons, with his unavailability cited and referenced. The breaking point came when Riley let his grievances out to the media in the summer by attacking Butler for mocking playoff opponents while being ruled out. Butler has made his trade request directly to Riley in a one-on-one meeting, so it doesn't look like there's a path for recourse. With a weak free agency incoming, Butler might be forced to opt into his player option as the team finalizes a trade in the summer. Miami doesn't want to settle for scraps with a midseason trade, and Butler has been warned that his saga might stretch into the offseason. Given how toxic the situation between Butler and the Heat has gotten, it's in everyone's best interests to find a new destination ASAP. But player and team demands are getting in the way of expediting the move. The Miami Heat reportedly have multiple offers on the table for Butler right now, but they're unwilling to accept them due to the poor value they're getting back. This validates an older Brian Windhorst report which said that the existing offers for Butler stink, which is why the Heat are being a lot slower with their trade negotiations regarding the malevolent star. It also seems that Butler intends to use his leverage as an impending free agent to ward off teams he doesn't want to extend his contract with. Teams like the Memphis Grizzlies, Milwaukee Bucks, and Denver Nuggets have reportedly been ruled out by Butler's camp. If he rules them out, they really have no incentive to match Miami's asking price for a half-year rental. The list of teams that Butler will be willing to join hasn't been publicly confirmed, but teams like the Dallas Mavericks, Houston Rockets, Phoenix Suns, and Golden State Warriors are expected to be teams he wants to join. There's no path to a reasonable trade with the Mavericks, while both the Rockets and Warriors are reportedly uninterested in getting a deal done. That leaves one destination for Butler who he wants to join, and it's a destination that might want him just as bad. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments.